For Bunnings Homegrown Heroes, the mahi never stops. Nominate the unsung heroes in your touch community that go above and beyond. They could win $5,000 to invest into the sport we love. Nominate today.
Ai te tā e rangatira mā o te moti whānui. A ko tēnei te whakataitai nui. Ko tēnei te timatanga o te whiringa toa. A o tēnei whakataitai a motu. Ko tēnei te 2025 National Touch Championships. Nā mihi ki Bunnings Warehouse i o koutou tautoko i nā kaupapa katoa o te ao Pāwhitupōro i konei i Aotearoa. Ko Harley Watoku ingawa mā wa ko Maya Williams nā kai whakapāho o tēnei rā o tēnei wiki he rā whakahirahira mō tātou katoa ai ta hāpori Pāwhitupōro. We're about to get underway with our first final for today. This is the 21 mixed final, a very competitive grade, and we're excited to bring it to you. Big thank you as well to our team from Stream Shop for all their mahi and to all of our supporters. Canterbury versus Counties Manukau. Big mihi to both teams who have advanced to today's final. Maya, your thoughts so far? Obviously, we're still recovering from what was quite an epic drop-off in the Open Men's semi-final prior. Now we've had a chance to catch our breath. Your thoughts on how this one will go?
Well, you might have caught your breath, but I definitely haven't. That was a... Finally, it feels like we haven't had a drop-off for about 3 years. I'm sure there's been one since then, so it's fantastic to get there. But that was a crazy game. We said at the start of the game, we thought that it would be a close one, one here, one there. But Auckland got out to 3 and sort of dominated the whole way, and Waikato just getting across them right at the end. So, incredible game. Look, I'm never hide. I love the mixed grade, so this 21 mixed game should be a cracker. Obviously, the two most consistent teams in the grade this year, Canterbury versus Counties. Canterbury's not one that I tend to associate with the mix too often there, Harley. Counties definitely so. So it'll be interesting to see how this one goes. This Canterbury team obviously very sharp, very resilient from the comms that I've been getting from other people. They've had a fantastic weekend so far. And in those people's minds, and it hasn't just been Canterbury supporters, they almost have them as the favourites for this one. So I thought that to be quite interesting.
Ai, kua roa te wā tāku I kita ai nā tima e rua nā rohe e rua I tēnei wāhanga te 21 mix. So, as we've experienced in the past with regards to spaces like New Zealand secondary schools, Canterbury very strong in that space with regards to the mix, particularly schools like Rolleston College, and we can see a lot of that talent, in particular the Kennel boys. We see them feature in this team for Canterbury. Furthermore, the Moriarty, Tommy Moriarty, Thomas Rufio, a few names that stick out to me as players that have come through the pathway from that New Zealand secondary school system and are now playing in this 21 mixed grade. For Counties Manukau as well, a lot of talent. Both of these teams have actually also played each other on day 2. They both came from the same section, and in that game, Canterbury got the spoils on that one, 10 tries to 7. So if there's anything we know about both of these teams, 1, they can certainly score a lot of points, and 2, that this is still anyone's game.
Totally is, and I tell you what I hope is that we have another drop-off. It should be compulsory, like I said, and I have no doubt with the amount of airtime I give drop-offs that TNZ are just a stroke away from putting it into policy that there will be a drop-off at the end of each final, almost like it's worth 2 touchdowns. I don't know, something stupid like that. Anyway, it's an exciting part of the game. Excited about this one. Referees Jimmy Wang, Thomas Pilkington, and Kaliana. I'm sure she loves it. Rua.
Ki tēnei te rarangi ingoa o te tima no tautahi o Waitaha, Canterbury under 21 mix. We've already spoken about some of the names there. There's a lot of talent and a lot of... Well, to me, we know that they can run hard. They know that they've got a lot of skill when it comes to setting up the plays on the 7-metre line, and certainly a long ball we can see now as well. Counties Manukau 21 mix. A few names that stand out to me, players to keep an eye on. Dylan Moringa, number 6, number 7, Mahu Te Gemmell. I'm sure they'll be in the thick of the action.
It'll be interesting to see, because most of these players, they would have played at the secondary school nationals and youth nationals, how the 20 minutes has affected them.
Yeah.
It'd be an interesting question to ask the winning skipper maybe at the end of the game, but that's a lot more games, not only that they've had to play this weekend, but an extra 10 minutes for each of them, as at those other tournaments that I just mentioned. 15-minute halves, whereas here it's 20. Here's the first half of this, the first of our finals on the broadcast for the 2025 Bunnings Warehouse National Championships. The sun has absolutely come out. We've seen it pop its head through at the end of the previous game. Looks like it's here to stay for a while. I'm not sure players will be happy with that, because the temperature's definitely gone up with it. Nice long ball right to left out to the winger for Canterbury. Good chase out from Counties Manukau. Well defended, both teams. What's the call? Penalty? Offside, is it? Offside penalty called there by Jeffrey. Oh, sorry, Jeffrey. Referee Jimmy Wang.
That's good.
I don't know if we've ever had a referee called Jeffrey.
Referee Jeffrey. No, we'd remember that name.
Sorry to any referees who are called Jeffrey that we've forgotten about. First touchdown for the 14 from Canterbury. Canterbury. Yep. Tommy Moriarty, you spoke about him, Harley. He's made you look like a genius. We see him there. I'm not sure we'd call that the slam dunk. If it was, it'd be the first one that was seen on the live stream game so far. Definitely not a fan of those. Tend to find them down in the younger grades where they're still expressing themselves in multiple ways.
We might see a few more slam dunks in this game. Counties Manukau now sitting on their 7-metre line. Kingi, Tusa. Oh, a very similar setup to that last try. The option was on, the ball just didn't quite go to hand. This will be the first time we see Canterbury working from one end of the field to the other. Pretty smooth, relatively smooth transition on this set. Looping ball over the top, looking to move the Counties defence from right to left.
Not really throwing much at them in that set with Canterbury. Good defence, Counties Manukau, though. Every time they went laterally, someone from the Counties defensive line stepped up into that space, giving them great opportunity, starting their set 20 metres forward of where they normally would.
Royce, if you're hearing this, can you please...
Nice right foot step there, now using his gas to get on his outside, but great chase down there from Hunter Kino. Tell you what, if you want someone to scoop behind, it'd be Talon Shelford, wouldn't it? Strong base to set from. Much better set here from Canterbury.
Great lift there by Moana to take some space and time away from Canterbury, but they've done well to recover. Last touch this time, centralised the attack and plenty of space here for Roman Kino. Throws the big pass, and it might have been enough. What's the call here from the referees? It looks like the ball was down first. Just doing the checks with the sideline referees, and the try is awarded.
The replay will show us everything here. It looks really close. We're seeing a close one in the previous game. Is it the ball down? Yeah, ball down. You can see the Counties winger. She's not turning around to say it was a touch or not. Well done there from the referee, Pilkington. 2-0 Canterbury. They come out firing, Harley.
Certainly have long time remaining in the game. We're going for a long ball, just didn't get the pass that they needed for that one to come off. Drifted slightly forward as well.
When I made the comment earlier around not really thinking of Canterbury in that mixing, you sort of nod your head, but then you went on to talk about how at the secondary school level, very, very strong. So it's no surprise really, is it then, that this team has got to the final and performing the way that they are.
And we would assume that, you know, most of them will come from that very successful Rolleston College team. Champions in 2023, runners-up in 24.
Lovely pass there from the middle for Canterbury, but it was really good work from Taylor Heath, and equally 15 for Counties Manukau, Brooklyn Peters, to be able to stop that one. Almost thought that she was going to get around the outside there, Heath, for Canterbury. It's definitely a different pace, isn't it, from the previous game that we've just watched, Harley. The intensity in that one, the pressure on both of the teams. Nice drive for Counties Manukau. Good catch and pass. Ooh, almost could have been forward there at the end, that last pass.
Still trying to find their opportunities at Counties Manukau. Maybe not quite getting all the way to the 7-metre line off the end of the drives as they're wanting. Canterbury certainly winning this part of the field. As we see them launch forward, Moriarty again. Touch is called. Fifth touch this time.
Nice little tap-on pass there from Waka. We'll say it as a tap-on. Went straight through her hands out to the winger. Good positioning. A lot of the game being played inside the 7-metre lines. Not quite any team getting to the attacking end with touches up their sleeves. Canterbury look really sharp, don't they? Particularly around that fifth touch. Looking like they're going to take the drive, then that extra pass getting in behind the defenders. Just haven't been able to make hay on those options. He's not going down for anyone this time, Shelford. Quickie play, yeah, forward pass. Seen that picked up from the referee. Just forward pass off the deck from the dummy half.
Not quite getting to the spots that they want to. Is Counties Manukau. And great extra little push pass on here by Canterbury. They're doing a really good job in this part of the field. Just couldn't quite secure the ball on that play.
I'm glad you've caught the disease, Harley. It's definitely been more with you than it has with me. The older commentator's curse. Yeah, not happy with his work in there. We just heard from the Counties player in the sub-box. Huge left to right from nowhere, the no-looker. Now just trying to create an overlap. Oh, another intercept, the third we've seen today. He had no desires to go the whole length, did he? Happy to take the touch around the sub-box. Nice work, Waka, keeping that momentum going.
Nice little switch play there from Canterbury. I think it might have been enough to create that space on the left-hand side there.
Nico Panapa set that one up. He did a great job, and finishing it was Waka. Mentioned her name a few times recently. Just gets that little wraparound play. Oh, a nice little goosey there too.
Great finish to a great setup from Canterbury. Counties Manukau starting to slip away. Feeling like a little bit of a step behind in this game. Need a bit of an injection of energy.
Yeah, just been looking in the Counties Manukau sub-box after each of those three tries, just trying to get a bit of a gauge from the body language, particularly of the male players in there. They're coming off hands on hips, sort of. Doesn't seem to be too much discussion, whether that means they're not concerned, they know what went wrong, or maybe that's part of the issue. Anyway, good defensive set there from Canterbury.
That's Auckland's open mix. To the finals field touch, New Zealand 10.
9 minutes into this game, Canterbury 3-0 lead. We're sitting at halfway on touch 3. Waka again doing a really good job of getting the ball up the field. Found space on the left-hand side. Counties Manukau caught napping, and a repeat set is on the way.
Good play through there from referee Rua. The initial toucher was offside, never got back, played through. Now Canterbury, this will be interesting. They'll be able to score off the back of sets. Now they have a fresh one. Oh, intercepts the theme of the game. Just talking about I guess, Canterbury in terms of the Canterbury area. The Masters down there in Christchurch in 2 weeks' time. The theory around the split, Harley?
The growth in grades in particular in the Masters grade. But before we finish that, let's mihi too. Canterbury, another great try there. Louis Honey this time. Teaming up here with Golter. Just smart play. A little bit late on the shot. Plenty of space on the inside for Canterbury to take another try. 4-0 now the score.
It's underrated, the work there done by dummy halves in those situations in terms of getting in front of the ball player to ensure that they don't have to step backwards to take away any chance of it being a forward pass. We've seen it work there, and it just gives the defensive team even less time. You talked about the increase in grades?
Yeah, correct. And it shows just how important is our sport to our Masters grades in particular. Massive growth in terms of the overall numbers. From their 30 men's or 27 women's, 30 men's and up, all the way up to the 60 men's grade. Opportunities for all grades to take part at a national level. We can see we get back into the action now. It's Keno crossing over for number 5 for Canterbury. They're starting to run away with this one.
Yeah, really surprising. 5-0 in Canterbury. They just same play again, isn't it, from the previous song? We were seeing Panapa setting up Waka this time. No need to throw the extra pass. Just stroll straight in. 5-0. It's been dominant from this Canterbury team, at both ends of the field. Attack's been good. Defence has been really sharp. Counties Manukau. They'll be shocked, surely. Yes, Canterbury did get over them in the round robin play, but it was never this dominant.
Smart play there, just to push the ball on with the 2 defenders from Counties Manukau lurching forward, doing their very best to try and slow down Canterbury where their strengths lie, which is in the middle of the field. But it's just these little small checks that are working really well for Canterbury to get on the other side of the Counties defenders. Ooh.
I'll tell you what, Canterbury did get the opportunity to have an attack on that 7-metre attacking line, but that was a lot better from Counties. We haven't seen that in any of the previous sets, had we? A lot more intent on moving forward, lifting up off that line, not just rolling all the way back. So promising signs for Counties Manukau, and they get a reward for that hard work. If they can keep that standard of defence, just trying to shut down Canterbury. You're not going to be able to stop them, but just reduce their opportunities on how close they get to that attacking scoreline. Nice strong drive there again from Counties Manukau. Tusa just lurking out the back, gets the ball. Oh, great shutdown there from Waka, closing the space down. Yeah, she really took that away. Tusa thought he had an opportunity. Waka is closing that space down.
We've certainly got a lot of flow in this game as we enter, I think, a really important phase of the game, but equally for the referees, doing a really good job of maintaining that flow with clear communication to the teams. We've got a repeat set just outside their 7-metre line now.
They're loving the little wraparound play, aren't they? Canterbury done the last 3 times. It's actually a 4-on-2 overlap. If the link defender never shut that down, then it would have been a cross for the 6th touch. As spoken about in the previous set, Counties have definitely picked things up intensity-wise on defence. Oh, plucked it. Surely that's a touchdown. No, what do we got here? Forward pass, is it?
Yes, forward pass is the call. It looked like it just drifted over the top of her head first.
This replay will show. Look at the height she is at when she catches the ball. She'd have to be 2 metres off the ground, and in the space of no time, got it from there down to the ground before the defender got across. That is an incredible skill there from the winger for Canterbury.
Yeah, we speak about how important the diving skill is, you know, being low to the ground, but equally, sometimes you have to be able to jump and grab the ball that goes way over your head as well. So a full bag of tricks is what the modern day winger requires. Moringa now pushing the ball wide, but doesn't go to hand for Counties Manukau.
They stem the flow, have counties, and I guess that's the first stage, right?
Yeah.
Stop the bleeding, and then at that point, hopefully you got your structure sorted so that your attack can really turn around on the back of your quality defence. There they go, that backdoor play again, just creating numbers. I'm sure next time there'd be a pass over the top to the winger. But they're doing it really easy, aren't they? That was just the wrong option, unfortunately. Well read by the winger.
And it's forced counties to have to respond. The one thing I still think you're missing is communication from this level. And I don't know if it's because the 21's great or not, but just haven't quite got the chip, the yapper that we've seen in some of the previous games that may be the difference. We can hear a lot of comms coming, one from the referees, two from the Canterbury side. And again, just another unforced error.
Yeah, that was a nice set from Charlie Lindsay there. That fourth touch, come onto the ball with real speed. Got Counties Manukau on the front foot. Like you said, an unforced error. It just always feels like the Canterbury team are just at them. I have no doubt. They're looking up, and the Canterbury team have already made 7 metres. Again, you look at the numbers here. It's a 4-on-3. They went short last time. This time they go long. And once again, well done from the Counties Manukau winger. This time it was Brooklyn Peters. They're going to earn the oranges at halftime. The wingers for Counties.
I was about to commend Counties on that play, but I held off just because I knew, commentator's curse is just coming. I can feel it boiling.
Even you thinking it made it happen, so you need to take full responsibility for that one.
I apologise to all viewers. But back onto the game, we can see Roman Kennel being instrumental for this Canterbury 21 mixed side. Big reason why they're up to such a big lead, and he's teaming up with Moriarty, and it's 1, 2, and 3. Isabella Grant crosses over for the 6th try for Canterbury in this afternoon's first final Bunnings Warehouse replay. Let's have another look here. Nice little step off the left, but what the key to that was the quick hands from Moriarty to push the ball onto the winger and extend Canterbury's lead.
Yeah, 6-0. I was about to say that there's sort of been a little bit of a lull in the scoring. After about 7 minutes, we had 5 touchdowns from Canterbury. County seemed to slow the bleeding. Shelford now, what can he do? Will it be 6 again? Yeah, it will be. County's going to need a score, aren't they, for obvious reasons if they want any opportunity of winning this. But I guess it's more around just mentally finding that boost of energy as they head into the second half. 20 minutes of touch. Counties are showing us you can score 6 touchdowns. There's more that you can score. It's just that belief, really, that's the key part. Fortunately, the ball coming out of his grasp. I think he would have been in otherwise if he could hold on to that one.
Yeah, true was the opportunity just to pop pass off to the right. Getting caught offside on that occasion.
Interesting moment there. You see that in league sometimes.
Yeah.
I was wondering what the referee was going to call then. Intentionally threw it. He's not happy, is he, Shelford? He's not happy with what's just happened over the last 2 sets.
Yeah, I came back to that play in particular. Sometimes it can go the other way if the attacking player intentionally throws into an offside player.
What would you called? I would have called ball to ground.
I would have called ball to ground too.
Yeah. While he was in an offside position, he wasn't in the passing lane, and the Canterbury player had no intention of passing it to one of his own players. However, he took the risk and it paid off this time. Oh, unlucky. Done a great job out there, Brooklyn Peters.
Just a minute to go. Canterbury will maintain possession on the 7-metre line here. Kennel back on the ball. And Shelford interferes in the passing lane, and the recount is given again. They'll just be trying to work the clock down. I'm sure they don't mind those little plays as long as they can keep Canterbury out from scoring another one.
Oh, nice little tap back from the Canterbury link. Good work, Lynch Brown. Again, just very static. in the setup here for Canterbury. Fake the back door. They come back to this side. Throw long. And not even Peters can get out to this one. Excellent pass. And we see the 16 there. Georgeson. Get across for the 7th touchdown. It's almost taken a bit of air out of the game, hasn't it? Just how dominant Canterbury have been.
I get to Tikatera. We can see our game has come to half-time, a much-needed breather for all of us. 7-0, our current score. Canterbury over Counties Manukau. I tēnei whiringa toa o te wāhanga hanumi ruatakau mātahi. Anō reira, me utonu mai koutou ako ake nei ko te wāhanga tuarua.
For Bunnings Homegrown Heroes, the mahi never stops. Nominate the unsung heroes in your touch community that go above and beyond. They could win $5,000 to invest into the sport we love. Nominate today.
Kia ora team, George here from Touch NZ. Now we all enjoy a bit of touch, but without a proper warm-up, the chances of being injured are massively increased. So to keep you on the field and out of the emergency room, Touch NZ have made a short and easy warm-up series for all levels, proven to lower the chance of injury by close to 50%. So head on over to our site and check them out. Play safe, play smart.
For Bunnings Homegrown Heroes, the mahi never stops. Nominate the unsung heroes in your touch community that go above and beyond. They could win $5,000 to invest into the sport we love. Nominate today.
E te iwi ko tēnei te whiringa toa i te wāhanga hanumi ruatakau mātahi Wainganui nā kapa ko Canterbury. Rātou ko Counties Manukau. Ko te tata o te wānei, whitu ki te kore, 7-0. Big lead. Very dominant performance so far from Canterbury. We're going to take a quick look at some of the Bunnings Warehouse highlights from the first half. No surprises. The majority made up here by the Canterbury side. Moriarty with the first try. He's been very busy, as to this young man, Roman Kino, throwing a big looping pass back onto the inside for the second try for Canterbury. But it's just been the way they've been able to orchestrate some extra passes, some extra space. This time Waka crossing over for her first try. Maya, what are some of the things that have stood out to you for this game, but in particular the performance we've seen so far?
You don't have to be a genius to say that Canterbury have obviously been dominant with what the scoreboard tells you, but they have, right? It's obvious for a reason, because that's what's happened at both ends. Through the middle of the field, they've been fantastic. The error rate's relatively low. Down on the attacking end, their accuracy's pretty high. I'd say it almost sitting around 50%. And on defence, Canterbury really, other than that slide through by, just finding out, Shelford, that unfortunately dropped it. That would have been the only touchdown. Other than that, they really haven't looked likely, Counties Manukau. So I'm sure they're a little bit deflated. Hopefully there's been some magic water, some very sweet oranges, and some good comms from the coaches. I'm sure that has been the case from Tony Taylor.
Never seen a team come back from 7-0, but still plenty to play for, in particular for Pride. Didn't quite get a handle on that one, so Canterbury will work the ball forward from their 7 metre.
You talked about the majority of these players potentially coming from that school in Canterbury, the key school in Canterbury. Rolleston, sorry. And so obviously there's a lot of connections that are formed. Whereas Counties Manukau, again, how many of these players play together on a regular basis in this grade? Unknown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, coming from different backgrounds, different schools, different clubs, you could say as well. They've done a really good job to get to this final. Perhaps not their best performance yet that we've seen. We know that they can put tries on the scoreboard. Just hasn't yet come to fruition for them. Golter again scored a try in the first half.
I think Isabella Grant was a bit gutted there. I think she wanted to put a play on that left-hand short side. Obviously coming from incredible pedigree in the touch world. Oh, nice again, making it look simple. Disconnection in the middle from Counties Manukau. Nice little follow play.
They certainly do make it look easy. We'll have another look at this replay here. Just real simple play. Faked the short ball, went to the left. Great connection there between Golta and Honey for their 8th try.
You just don't expect this, do you? In a final in particular. 2 best teams in the country for 2025. Just expect them to be matched a lot more even. And even their round robin game would suggest that. Yeah, it was 10-7, so 3 touchdowns is a decent win. But Counties just not being able to get across the line. It speaks to the connection that this Canterbury team have. Oh, good work, Counties Manukau. Right as I said, they couldn't get across. Dots down. I think it was the number 10, Howie?
I think 11. Was it 11? We'll have another look after this replay. Yeah, 11 there from Riley Eric. Just a nice response. Counties with their first try. We like to see it. 8 tries to 1. Canterbury still in a very commanding position in this game. We can see a similar setup here. Although instead of going for the follow, they go on the outside, but the defence has met the task for Counties Manukau.
I think that was Lindsay, Charlie Lindsay, the number 2. Diving to make that one. Excellent touch. Much better there from Counties, like what we see those last 2 sets. Nice touchdown in the attack. Yep, easy call there for referee Wang. In the ruck. Penalty moved 10 metres forward. Much better start, isn't it, Harley, for them. Get their confidence after getting that touchdown, but I think even more out of being able to repel Canterbury in that previous set relatively comfortably. They've now got a piggyback penalty up the field. Just taking their time, not quite at the pace that we see the Canterbury team work their way through the field. Looks like we've got a backdoor play happening. Gives some pass. Straight back. Sort of a phase play. Now looking for a short touchdown. Well defended from Canterbury.
Good to see that Counties are throwing some different options at them, unfortunately. Just almost going through the motions. They'll need to keep their eyes up. Eyes up footy is what Counties Manukau are known for as a province. So while it's important to play within a system, you know, chuck a bit of flair in there too. Certainly no harm. We can see now Eric, the try scorer from Counties Manukau, getting fed another ball here, going on the outside. And it might have been a try, but it looks like the touch has been called, touch number 3.
He's come out with an intent the second half. We've just seen it in back-to-back attacking sets. Again, another blade of grass in it. Hopefully he can keep going back to him. He's going to get an opportunity here with a fresh set of 6. Well worked from Cody Luke. Just extracting that penalty. We see Mahuta Gemmell coming on into the middle. Here's the man we talked about. Very unselfish. Do you reckon he gets across, Harley? Surely. If he doesn't, he'll set it up. I'm sure of it.
The problem on that set is they just ran out of space, and when they ran out of space, they ran out of options as well.
There's no real way to segue to this question, but Te Matatini and the results, how did you feel about that?
I think the crowd's choice was certainly the team that ended up winning, and I think in general everybody seemed to be happy. Certainly one of the stronger performers of the year, and the way that they dedicated their performance Ngāti Whakaui did to Koro Bomb was just kind of a beautiful way to wrap up their event, as we see this time Canterbury extending their lead now 9 tries to 1. Again, just getting back to what they've been really good at is picking, looking up and playing what's in front of them. And we see there Hunter Kennell crossing over for another try.
(9-1) Canterbury. I wouldn't say the cue's in the rack and the game's over, but the way they're playing's pretty dominant. Oh, twice I've said that, and twice they scored touchdowns. I'm happy there for Shelford. Talked about pedigree, comes from great pedigree too in the touch world, particularly in the county's touch world. Very talented player, dealing with an injury. Gets across. Referee Wang calling both of the Canterbury defenders offside. You'd have been confused thinking, I'm sure he made the touch. He did, but unfortunately not getting 2 feet on or behind the touchdown line prior to making that touch. Canterbury, though, straight back into their work. Looking likely to score once again. 4th touch. Back to the middle to set things up. Never really the option. Surprising. They've been quite accurate in choosing the correct option. That time Counties had that well and truly covered. Good work, Counties Manukau. This is probably the type of scoreline that would be the only time you wouldn't have sat on the fence and you'd say, I think Canterbury are going to win.
You're lying, because I have not sat on the fence today. I've been picking. My picks just haven't come to fruition. But speaking of, some things that we've noticed, particularly in earlier live stream games, is how important it is to have people leaders in particular, that stand up, whether it be on attack or on defence. And that leadership is probably something that's been missing on the field for Counties Manukau today. Being down a few tries, if you can rally the troops and pick the spirits up, you can generally claw a couple back. And perhaps that's exactly what Mahu Tagemo's just been able to do for Counties Manukau.
Yeah, Charlie Eric, talk about a leader. Well, definitely at the attacking end, he's been the hot hand. So he's either been likely to score or he has scored or set them up. He's done great. Maybe it's a little bit too late, who knows, but he's helped out in 2 of the last 3. Canterbury coaching staff anyway, they would have wanted to keep a clean sheet. It was an outstanding first half. They haven't been able to, but they just won't want to let these easy tries over. Easy one got let in before, and an easy one scored here by the winger for Canterbury.
You're just disconnected defensively here. Switching from shutting out to a man and then couldn't recover in time. Canterbury with their 10th try.
No look pass. They just do it so often. It's that repetition, muscle memory. Don't need to look. They'll know the spot they want to hit and expect the winger to be there, and she definitely was. 10-3, one-sided affair. Counties have done really well the second half, and they'll go across for their 4th. Excellent work, Counties Manukau.
That player again we've been talking about, it's Eric, involved in the play here once again. We can see he just fakes the sweep and throws to the left. Oh, sorry, that wasn't. It was Anadu Thompson. Nakui here. And Counties Manukau starting to get a roll on now. They've scored 4 tries in the second half. They're saying, hey, it's not over yet. We've still got some juice left in the tank.
Almost thought it was going to be a replica of the try we've seen just before. But for Canterbury, no, it wasn't. Well done, Counties. They've been a lot better at this. Scoring a touchdown and then defending that next set, other than the previous one Canterbury got. They're winning the second half. 4-3. Defence has definitely picked up and Tech's been superb. You can see the body language, just more confidence. Talked about in the first half, the body language from the county sub-box was that they didn't look like that they had given up at all. The comms were still positive from the box, which is fantastic to see. They've done so well to get here. Once you're at a final, as was told many times to me, just enjoy it. You've done the hard work to get here. Oh, and there she is, Grant, Isabella Grant. Incredibly safe pair of hands.
Unfortunately, it's called back forward past the last one, I think. But the work done prior to that by Canterbury was impressive, and Counties Manukau this time with an error. Moriarty again. Teaming up with Kennel, the Kennel brothers here. But a great touch by Counties Manukau.
I think it might have been Lynch. No, sorry, Lindsay. Charlie Lindsay, if it was the number 2, she's had an outstanding game. Solid in the yards, great on defence. Snuffed out a few what looked like likely tries. That was the first real time we've seen Canterbury be so disconnected on attack. Yeah, there she is again. It's always getting her team on the front foot. Another strong yard here in the middle. Good fundamental skills. Mia Jones. Now what do we see here from Luke? Cody Luke looks in to create numbers. Unfortunately going to the same hole. We've seen Peters, I think it was, as well as Eric. Waka back to the middle. Strong players, Chihali Waka, defensively strong on the yards, doesn't get pushed around, and safe pair of hands if you're ever throwing down her lane. Getting through, I thought the touch was going to be made. Great work again from the winger.
Yeah, outstanding save there from Counties Manukau. Just did enough to disrupt the put down. Canterbury isolating Shelford on that last play, but couldn't quite finish it off. Some big meters here from Counties Manukau. That's number 2, Charlie Lindsay. Thompson this time. Working with Kingy and Tusa.
Yeah, Lindsay going from one side of the field to the other. Very, very quick. But as you caught, it was Tiana Thompson that's saved the touchdown, and then she was involved in the next 3 touches on their yards. 6 to go. Canterbury up by 6. They got here on the end of this one. There was a short 7 by the middle. Got away with that one. Body language-wise, would you say Counties sort of a little bit ahead in that? They've got pep in their step with the way they've gone the second half so far, Harvey?
It certainly isn't the game that they were expecting, probably heading into it. And then I'm sure, as we would have seen, you know, things can rattle you, especially when you're going down 7-0 at half-time. So really, they're just out to prove, hey, we can and do deserve to be at this level. It's just been a bit of a disconnected performance for them. On the other side, Canterbury are just kind of going through the motions now. Just needed to finish this off. There's only 5 more minutes, and then that's the task done. But that doesn't mean they won't keep trying. They've still got a few guns and plenty of tricks up their sleeve. We can see here Waka and Keno again in space, but couldn't link up with Moriarty on that one. He just takes a wee slip.
Yeah, Keno was leading Moriarty with the pass. Unfortunately, by that time, Moriarty had already lost his feet. Oh, nice listening. Oh, that might have been a voluntary. We've seen that miss quite a lot.
A lot, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it hasn't been taken out of the rule book. Shelford. He's been looking promising here. What does he go with again? Just plays the decoy role. Eric. Oh, nice touch from Waka.
Perhaps this is what the difference was, is players like Waka really standing up in this final. Some of those plays that Counties would have been able to get away with against other teams, where they do that shift out to the passive link, like on that play, but the defense from Canterbury has just been so strong in this game. Equally, too, has been their effort with ball in hand, and we can see Nicole Panapa Try number 11 for Canterbury.
The way the Counties defender got up in terms of his body language looked like, yep, he knew he was confident he made the touch, but unfortunately we see there Riley Eric couldn't quite stretch out far enough. He's done a ton of work in the second half on the attacking end. Here's Riley Eric. Unfortunately couldn't make the touch there. 11-4. Well-deserved victory. This one's going to be for the Canterbury team from the opening whistle. They have been absolutely dominant. Defensively in that first half, they were outstanding. Scoreboard reflected that. We had another intercept. Unfortunately, this time he was offside. Unless Carly was just doing what I'd do if there was an intercept, call the offside. Because there's no way I'm chasing that if it's in the middle of the field. No Eric, no Shelford. Be interesting to see what this combination does. Although in saying that, we've seen Thompson setting up the previous touchdown for Counties. Fifth touch for Counties Manukau. Now they'll just be throwing this. Counties Manukau probably are best in these situations. Nothing on. Need to create something. If a team can do it, it would be them.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned before is, playing in a system to get up the field, but using the flair and the individual skills when you're on the 7 is something that Counties are known for. And we'll see, moving forward, perhaps they'll reassess after watching this game about what worked and what didn't. Less than 2 minutes remaining now.
The most obvious thing for me with regards to the key for Canterbury taking this one out is the 6 players on the field, how connected they were defensively all the way through the field and then particularly down on the scoreline. Got fantastic female players in their team, always in the right spot, shutting down plays, reading play well, strong defenders and get pushed around. Please prove me right and call the touch, ref. Surely it's a touch. Might be the one time I disagree with the ref simply because they just made me sound wrong when I said how defensive. Oh, easy touch. Come on, Jimmy.
Oh, controversial. Referees have called ball down, so that means you're wrong. 11-5 is the current score, 30 seconds left in the game. You did call it before. Counties Manukau have won the second half, at least for now. 25 seconds remaining. Canterbury will still look to shape up to add one more on the try line. Just a little drop there, and I think perhaps a touch and pass on the way. As we hear the final hooter, e rere nei te mihi nui ki te taha o Canterbury, koutou no Waitaha no o tautahi i toa. 11 tries to 5, Canterbury are winners of the under-21 mixed grade. We celebrate and congratulate Counties Manukau as well for making it to the final and for a strong second half, but today belongs to Canterbury.
Players, referees, 30 seconds. Players, referees, 30 seconds.
Aia koutou mā, don't forget as well, we've got 3 more live stream finals. Plenty more action to come from here at the 2025 Bunnings National Touch Championship. As you can see on your screen, we start off next with the Open Mixed Final at 2 o'clock between North Harbour and Counties Manukau, followed by the Open Women's Final, Waikato North Harbour, and then again Waikato North Harbour at 4 o'clock in the Open Men's. Very shortly we're going to cross over to the main field where I can see Maya looking to chat with the successful captains from the Canterbury 21 mixed team. It looks like Hunter Kennell and perhaps a couple more. Love to get their reflections on how they thought the weekend was, but in particular the final went today.
We're joined here by the victorious captains of this incredible 21 mixed team from Canterbury, Hunter and Kyla. First of all, congratulations on the victory. What an outstanding victory. I guess the obvious question I want to ask Hunter, and I'll come to you, is were you expecting such a dominant performance? Because the scoreline suggests you're dominance in itself, but actually the way you played was just so dominant.
No, definitely not. Last time we versed these fellows during the round robin, it was competitive as, and I guess we just had a bit of fuel from last year losing. So, yeah.
Yeah, it does fire you up. I'm sure it does. Now, Kyla, the comments made quite often in terms of complimenting how strong the female players are in this team and how connected it was. You look like such a strong group of females in the Canterbury team. I'm sure you agree with that.
Yeah, pretty good, aren't we?
And what's it like playing with the boys? The connection there seems to be like it's really good. Do a lot of you play together down in modules back in there or in school touch, or is this a relatively new team?
We were all together last year and we were all pretty close, so we just kind of, stuck together and come back after the loss last year, so came back stronger together.
And I guess... Well, I guess there's no better way to finish an interview on that. I was just about to actually say, how does a Canterbury under-21 mixed team celebrate an outstanding victory like that?
A few beers.
Probably not the answer that I thought you were going to say, but no surprise either. Anyway, congratulations again. Well done. Obviously, you missed out last year. This year, you really deserve it. Fantastic final. Go and enjoy it.
Thank you. Cheers, guys.